Coming up is The Obvious Child. Aspiring comedian Donna Stern, everyday life as a female 20-something, provides ample material for her incredibly relatable brand of humor. On stage, Donna is unapologetically herself, joking about topics as intimate as her sex life and as crude as her day-old underwear. But when Donna gets dumped, loses her job, and finds herself pregnant just in time for Valentine's Day, she has to navigate the murky waters of independent adulthood for the first time. The Obvious Child, it's in theaters now. I first saw it at the Newport Beach Film Festival, which we reported on a while ago. It was able to get national distribution and is in theaters nationwide today. As part of that opening day, there's a red carpet premiere, and I was able to attend that premiere, actually to be there. And a lot of people were there to really support Jenny Slate, who is the star of the movie. And so we talked to, we're going to go over two celebrities who were not in the movie, but were there to support Jenny. The first one is Brett Gelman. He is an actor, and he stars in the show Eagle Heart, which is on Adult Swim. If you remember the TV show Go On, which came out 2 years ago. He's Mr. K, and he's currently in an upcoming FX series called Married. And here's what Brett had to say about Jenny.
Jenny is an incredible actor and comedian. So it's just, I think that she, along with other great actors who are also comedic, can really reach a deep emotional level, but at the same time are very intelligent and know how to be funny through that.
Right, and
she also doesn't use her humor to hide herself. You know, she doesn't hide in her humor. She uses it to show her vulnerability.
Right, and that comes really on stage in both her stand-up and
everything she does. Yeah, she's incredible. She's very special, I think.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
And then we talked with Nev Schulman. I don't know if you're familiar with the TV show or the movie Catfish, but he is one of the stars of both the movie and the TV show. And he, being part of the documentary in 2010 of Catfish, he's become a big proponent of independent films. And so we talked mostly about not only Obvious Child, which is one of those successful independent films, but about encouraging independent filmmakers all over. And so here's my interview with Nev Schulman.
I am here to support independent films. I'm here to support Jenny Slate. And I think everybody could use a little bit more humor in their lives, so I'm here for that.
I was going to ask you about that in terms of independent films.
Yeah.
Talk about its place, or just the fact that these small films are just not getting out there.
Well, I mean, I was the subject of a very basically no-budget documentary film that was incredibly fortunate to get exposure and buzz and somehow make it or figure out a way to kind of get the exposure and attention that every indie filmmaker dreams of. So any chance I get now to show support and try to bring some attention to other great indie films, that's something I of course want to do.
Any advice for the indie filmmakers?
I think, now more than ever, there's so many great platforms to show your work, and I think a lot of people dream about making feature films, and that's great, but the more you just develop your style and tone and voice in little short films, the better off you'll be, I think, in not only actually making something, but in being prepared to convince people to work with you and just make stuff. Just keep making things. You don't have to work for that one big project. Just knock out lots of little ones first.
You don't have to rely on big studios to get your work out there. To get your voice out there.
No, not at all.
All right, thank you.
Cool, thanks.
Okay, so we're going to continue on with our cast interviews from the red carpet event of Obvious Child. First interview comes from Jake Lacy, who plays Max in the movie. He plays the nice guy. You may know Jake Lacy as, if you were watching the last season of The Office, he was one of the two interns. And here is my interview with Jake.
How are you?
Good. So how did you get to be a part of this project?
My agents and managers sent me the script, and I thought it was wonderful. They said, would you like to audition for it? I said, absolutely. And then amidst doing a lot of things, got lost, and 2 days later got a call from my manager, and I was sure she was going to say, it's over, they cast someone else, you missed the boat, and instead she said they're going to offer it to you.
Awesome.
So it was the first offer I'd ever gotten, and I could not have been happier because I desperately wanted to be a part of it anyways.
Now, what was it about the story that struck you?
I like playing good guys. I like playing guys who are stand-up dudes, and I don't think that's rare, but I think it's rare that they're fully fleshed out and three-dimensional characters, and to deal with something so delicate in such a funny way. I respond to that a lot.
Right. And you mentioned playing nice guys or good dudes. Was that is that a big stretch for you? Did you find it
to
hard
play a good guy? Yeah, I'm a fucking asshole, man. Like top to bottom. I try to be a good guy. I try to be a good guy. You know, I feel like we're all maybe trying to just be like the best we can, and some days that's not being like the asshole you're afraid you are. So that's what keeps me trying to do the right thing. You know?
Now, Jenny's character reveals a big secret on stage. I mean, what was the kind of the approach to that scene?
That was the first thing that I shot, actually, and it was really lovely because you just have to jump right in.
Yeah.
There's no other option but to jump in and figure it out once you're swimming. So, or once you're in the water. I guess if you were swimming, there wouldn't be anything to figure out. That was the first thing we shot, and it's a beautiful scene of betrayal and disappointment and fear and a lot of things that I've been through, or hopefully people that have watched this responded to.
Yeah, and that's definitely the most memorable scene for me.
Awesome.
Right. Well, thanks a lot.
Yeah, real pleasure. Thanks a lot, man.
That was Jake Lacy. He plays Max in the movie. We were talking about a scene that's in the movie. It's one of the most pivotal scenes where Jenny's character, Donna, reveals a huge secret to Jake that she's been wanting to tell Max, but she does it within her stand-up act, and it's an amazing scene. Got to go out and see that. All right. Next, we talked to Gillian Robespierre, and she's the writer-director of Obvious Child, and we talked a little about the film itself.
We started off in the festival circuit, and now it's kind of going to wide release. How's that feel?
Amazing, fantastic. I pinch myself every morning. Jenny and I have been on tour for 2 weeks, and we're now like looking a lot alike. It's been a dream come true. We made this movie, and we're really proud of it. We've been working on it for 5 years, and the fact that people are paying attention and talking about it, we're elated. It's amazing.
Now, what were some of the inspirations for the story itself?
Romantic comedies, one of my favorite genres. Also wanting to have an actually funny lead woman be at the helm of a romantic comedy. Sometimes those roles are left for the sidekick or the best friend, and we really wanted somebody who was actually going to have the best jokes, and that was Jenny Slate.
Yeah. Now, the title of the movie is Obvious Child. I guess for me it signifies the moment in which we become an actual adult while we're an adult.
Yeah. I mean, I still love ice cream cake and go to Benihana on my birthday. There's always a child in me, but I think that as long as I hold on to that and have figured out a way to find confidence and sort of not feel small and meek and nervous, and that's sort of what growing up is about, but still cherishing those moments of adolescence and the childhood, the child inside of you.
Congratulations.
I'm very nervous.
All right, thank you.
That was Gillian Robespierre, writer-director of Obvious Child. And then finally we got to star Jenny Slate, who plays Donna Stern, the stand-up comedian, and I had a brief discussion with her, if I can pull it up here, and here we go.
How excited are you to be here at this point?
I'm thrilled.
I mean, the movie started in the festival circuit, and it's now finally got to wide release. So how's that feeling?
It feels like a long, really pleasant road that we walked down, and we've ended up here, and there's more to go because people need to go see this movie, and I hope that they will because it's special, and it's sweet, and it's modern, and it's very funny.
Or what is it about the movie that really attracts you to it?
The comedy is unique, and I think really, really fresh, and I think that the story is really thoughtful and very romantic. Yeah.
And have you done stand-up?
Yeah, I started in stand-up.
Okay, because you seem so natural at it on
Oh,
stage.
thanks.
All right. Well, I have one last question. I'm sorry, it's a chipmunk question, but my daughter just saw it today, and she's not a huge fan of yours. What can you say to her, like, and win her over to you?
Because I play the bad guy?
Yeah.
I always tell children I'm actually really nice. Even though I play a scary, weird jungle person in the Chipmunks. Yeah, right. Someone needs, sometimes you need a job.
Yeah. All right, thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.